Hello guys and welcome to another episode of our Suvarnabhumi campaign here in Europe Universalis 4 with the Meiou on Sandwich. The Turkish Empire is growing. This is unsettling because Meiou and Taxes is very good at simulating how the Turkish Empire, what fucking cancer. If I knew how, I would rename the Turkish Empire to the Ottomans. Because whose idea is this? What the fuck? Like, I clicked the least amount of formable nations to be available, and yet the stupid AI formed the Turkish Empire. I mean, at least they changed the color to the actual Ottoman color instead of red like it used to be. I'm still gonna have to slurp some chemotherapy to try cure my cancer, because this shit is honestly the most cancerous shit ever. That's a very negative way to start the episode. Let's just pretend Europe does not exist. Actually, that's impossible. What the fuck is the deal? Oh, okay, so Aragon is a junior partner. I was just fascinated by the way the Spanish had actually conquered Portugal and incorporated them completely. Yeah, they've even made it an accepted culture. Their North African holdings are being occupied by Sunnis, which I think will eventually create their own states based on the local cultures. Although, interestingly enough, the Spanish have ruled this place for so long at this point that there are no other cores on this province, for example. I guess I've already started, so I might as well finish it. Let's have a look at what's going on in the world. The White Horde has been losing ground to the Turks. Then again, the White Horde are Turks as well, I think, so it adds up. Blue Horde is independent, not at all whatsoever, but they should be soon enough, because the Blue Horde has seemingly stayed intact while the White Horde is losing ground. Mogulistan is gross and glorious like they usually are. They're a bit, yeah, they're kind of collapsing, but these are just tribes. I think they just fuck you up. They don't actually like tear your country apart. Tabriz somehow still exists. Yeah, this whole area has been denied for Shia Islam. And the Ottomans are about to close in on their historical borders. I mean, they've already expanded beyond them up here, but that's very normal for EU4. But they're about to wrap up Mesopotamia. Persia is Persia. Hungary is dead. Well, it's technically alive, but you know what I mean. Okay, somehow the Swedes have become, not a personal union, mind you, a vassal of Sweden. I mean, a vassal of Austria. No idea how that came to be. The Norwegians are still subject to the Union of Denmark, although Denmark is actually kind of being fucked in the ass by Schleswig-Holstein, which is funny because they share a flag. Well, they kind of share the flag. It's like the Normandy-England flag difference. Although Normandy is actually kind of owned by Aragon for some reason. Honestly, I'm getting like some serious CK2 feelings here, because these things are a bit all over the place. My god, look at that Netherlands. That is beautiful. What on earth? That is excellent. I mean, they suck. They don't have any cities. Well, they have Bruges. But I mean, compared to the French... Well, actually, do the French even have any cities? Where's Paris? There's Paris. Yeah, no, okay, never mind. Paris is way bigger than most things. But Paris is generally bigger than most things. Yeah, okay, I guess it should be fair to the Dutch. I mean, London is just shit. So, then again, that's fair, because the English were occupied by the French for a long time. Although that has been reverted, and Chester remains the last bastion of French rule in England. Interesting. Let us, however, move back to our own land and ask the question, what next? Other than converting heathens and heretics, of course. That is a natural thing a nation must do in my position. yeah, there's rebel killing to be done, but yeah, we also started colonizing in the previous episode, so that's good fun. I don't think these provinces become my culture though. No, they do. Okay, so some of them become. I guess maybe it's determined by the local population, because this province did not become my culture, but this island over here did. I should probably build this place a bit up, because islands suffer a bit in this mod, because they have very bad communication efficiency. So I should build a trade port over here so that they have some communication efficiency. I've already done that over here. Well, I'm working on it anyways. I'm building a trade wharf because this island keeps revolting, so I'm going to try and include them a bit more into the empire. Try and soothe their saltiness a bit. I should build ports everywhere, to be honest. There's no penalty to having ports every fucking where. And they do boost your communication efficiency, so I should have a look at my autonomy and make some choices. Yeah, I've already built ports over here. You can see the noticeable effect of that. There's no ports here, but there definitely should be, so let's build a port. Cannot do that immediately. We need to upgrade the local infrastructure a bit. There's a lot of very high pop provinces here. I did make most of these things a state. I might want to build a road network here as well, actually. A lot of good stuff going on here. Well, at least in 2 provinces. Just to get some communication efficiency into Preveng. So we'll grab... probably here, actually. Although if I'm building it here, I might as well build it... Yeah, because this province has a port that is closer to the capital. So yeah, we'll build... Just to be safe, we'll build a road there. We'll build a road here. And then one here to try and lower that insanely high autonomy. Not a fort, but a road. Also, one thing that I've been completely neglecting this entire campaign is floodplain infrastructure, which I probably should be building because these provinces locally are pretty fucking good. They also have a lot of population. It might be worth my time to upgrade the canals and shit like that. But then again, I would really like to have the burghers control this province instead of the greater nobles, so I should probably invest more in city building in Bassein, to be honest. Let's see, irrigation canals, where do I even build? Yeah, irrigation, yeah, it increases the innate fertility, but where's, well, I guess then again, there hasn't been a single flood. I guess maybe only certain floodplains actually get floods. They might not have updated it, because I know there are floods in these floodplains and in Egypt and stuff like that, and you have to build like flood infrastructure, at least in previous versions. Not sure if they removed that or what's going on here. But yeah, I guess we should just invade in some city building here, to be honest. Civil arts, renowned university. Yeah, that's a good point. I really need to build more university related buildings. A bank would be cheap as well here. Actually way cheaper than in my capital, so I don't know whose idea it was to build it over there, but yeah, increasing the innate fertility in this province would be insane. I could get away with it in my own capital though. Yeah, I don't see a good reason why we shouldn't do that. I've never done it before, so I'd offer significant administrative oversight. Not sure what that does. But I will convince the locals to contribute urban wealth. You shall pay 25%, I think. And then the manpower will pay for the rest. That is actually extremely expensive. So let's not do that. God, that is mad. So what does this do? Oh, really? You can just pay mana for this shit? Oh, fuck me. Did not know you could do that, because that would have been way more effective, rather than spending half my fucking manpower on that shit. But yeah, we're gonna get some increased innate fertility in this province. That is nice. Even if I barely understand the long-term effects of such a thing, it does not change the fact that it's basically inevitable that it's going to be a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. Should I start invading Majapahit again? I really shouldn't I? Then again, I really should have been making claims on them. Because, yeah, I've gotten a bit spoiled at this point because I keep assuming that I have automatic claims on everyone, which I of course do not have anymore because I've already conquered every province that has that trait. So I need to start fabricating again. I've liberated this guy, so we can go conquer him. My god. The population of where now? Is this a meme or... what now? Hantawaddy. Yes! It only took like 300 years, but finally we have converted a single province to our culture. Look at that. Glorious Monic culture. That really cleans up the culture map mode even. Also, can this dumbass province convert already? Because I'm getting sick of it not being my culture. It's getting there, but it's so slow. They need to add, like, I get that, like, I very much support that you should not be able to spend, like, culture should not just be determined by mana, but I really think they should add some sort of way to intentionally encourage conversion to another culture. Because there are definitely examples of that happening in this time period, like the Ossidlung, and the Vietnamese settlement of Champa territory. Of course, there are already modifiers to simulate that as far as I know, but I still think there should be a way to sort of encourage it, like from a government point of view. Like, you should be able to spend mana and money on it, not in the way they do it in the base game, of course, because that's stupid, but still in a way to actually like be able to have an impact, because there are examples of governments in this time of history that actually, you know, wanted to quote-unquote convert a province to their culture. So it's not unhistoric, and this mod is all about creating historic immersion. At least from my perspective, that is what it does, and by creating that immersion, it increases the fun of the whole campaign, or the game in general, I guess. Alright, the burgers gain control in Natuna. Where's that? Natuna. Really? Okay, this shit province. Yeah, I don't necessarily mind that. I mean, obviously, the burgers are generally better. There might be some guys in the comment section who tell me that I'm very wrong. And honestly, if I am very wrong, I really do appreciate you guys telling me, because I'm not necessarily that smart. Also, yeah, for those who haven't noticed, we're invading Majapahit because, you know, I need to do something with my life. More importantly though, Bassein has also come under the control of the burghers. So hopefully we can reduce autonomy even further, which we can. Oh, beautiful. Let's see, I want to demote nobles soon, so we're gonna offer these guys some money, just all the money, and prestige, and just spread the love throughout the land. Also, is there a thing you can do to, can I also demand support while I'm at it? State maintenance, that would be potentially pretty awesome, actually. I would kind of like this one. All rural pop growth increase, yeah, I like that, because it increases stability, increase interval, and we might lose quite a bit when I start demoting nobles. Can I already do that? Revoke privileges, bestow privileges. Right, you have to do it over here. I am chronically retarded. At peace. Yeah. Okay. We'll just quickly finish the casual war crimes in Majapahit. Honestly, it's kind of funny how the AI, when you have such a massive technological superiority that I have right now, like the AI literally just does not even want to fight you. When I was fucking around in India, in Delhi, in the previous war, in the previous episode as well, the Delians had armies of 50,000 just roaming about. They never attacked me. My armies had 19,000. I was just sieging some meme province in order to get some loot. And the Delians did not even consider attacking that army. There's a reasonable chance that they would have won even. Or maybe there isn't, honestly. That's the sound I make when I get happy. Well, it's among the sounds. Yes. Oh! There is a certain thing about culture conversion that makes a man happy. At least when that man is called GreenFors. Look at that! Marnik culture, yes! When is this promise converted? Never. That's sad. Still though, oh man, yes, glorious. Oh, really? Why is this one 50% and this other one? I don't think I'll ever understand culture conversion in this. I don't know. I feel like culture conversion is a bit slow. Once again, I don't mind it being this slow, but I wish there was a way to actually encourage culture conversion, and there currently is not, and that's a bit sad. Because I think culture conversion should be dynamic in the same way that the growth of economies in provinces should be dynamic. What do you mean I can't go there? What do you mean? Fuck off. Oh yeah, because then boat isn't the wrong thing. Yeah, but once again though, I'm really getting my hopes up for the development team of Meiou and Taxes. Oh, there's the army. And there's the death of my army. Can I escape? No, so we're gonna have to fight this one out right then. So you both need to get over here because we need to support this battle. Or not, in fact. Although I accidentally actually attacked them, so let us just win. Even, okay. Yeah, well, no, okay, I don't need to show you guys this war. I feel like it's pretty obvious at this point what's going on. Education level 6. I didn't even do anything. Didn't even increase funding. Honestly, I need to actually look into this stuff because the nation is just blooming. It's glorious. Look at this shit. The royal court is increasing. I'm not even doing anything. Yearly bonus from capital buildings? I didn't even know that was a thing. I need to build more capital buildings, it seems. Honestly though, I actually do need to build more capital buildings. I really should have a capital building over here in Angkor. There are states to be made here, you know. It's a lot of population, a lot of good shit, a lot of people to be taxed and forced into my armies and stuff like that. Are there a road here? No, I don't think this province, strictly speaking, needs a road. I don't know. Maybe we should just build our own city instead of Angkor. But again, no, actually being able to lower the autonomy in Angkor would be pretty good because it's a reasonably big city. Yeah, that's all good. Honestly, the fucking bullshit is increasing without me having to pay attention, and I love that. So let's have a look at the education. That's not the thing I wanted to click at, but that is my fault. That's also not what I wanted to click at. Where am I being? Oh, I don't have to click anything. I just have to actually read the thing that is popping up in front of me. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So I was about to say, like, I still think the whole secular, non-secular balance in this game is a bit, or in this mod, I should say, is a bit off. Oh, Manipur just reverted to Adi religion. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with that. But this is pretty significant though. Like, you do lose a lot of money for having high church influence, but the annual church contribution to your education is actually pretty significant. I really like that. I really like how they made it so that there's no obvious good thing. Once again, I still think the rebel penalties you get for being intolerant are a bit high. then again, I had a fuck ton of rebels as the Ilkhanate, and not sure what that was. I don't know if you, I don't know if you guys could even hear that, but I had a fuck ton of rebels as the Ilkhanate, and I was intolerant when I played as them. So maybe that's just the general trait of the mod. So I guess what I'm asking for here is, I wish they made it so that whenever you get those events that increase revolt risk, it wouldn't just be one province. Like, I feel like when a revolt is actually happening, it should fuck your shit, you know? It should really push your shit in. In order to simulate the kind of rebellious destruction that happened in history. Because the problem is, like, when you get rebels in EU4, and that also includes this mod, they're just like random rebels who pop up here and there and like whatever. Like I borderline enjoyed the civil war we had recently, because that was like a real threat. Like the famine that swept through my realm and fucked up my nation and made my revolt risk go through the roof. Like that was an actual threat to, like that was a real thing that I had to think about, right now. Which is entirely different from the kind of rebels you get normally when you play, because they just like pop up, you kill them. It's just like, honestly, like it's just silly. Like there needs to be a certain, like, and this request goes out to Paradox directly. I wish the rebels would at least to some extent take into consideration the possibility of victory when they decided whether or not to revolt, so that if your nation is doing badly, that's when they should revolt. Or if you have a succession crisis or whatever, like they need to beat you while you're down, because that's how that's how people do, or that's what people do, isn't it? Because that's what works if you're a filthy rebel. So that was a long discussion, but maybe you kind of understood what I was on about. I don't know. Honestly, I barely understand myself, but I think it's about time to end this war, though. Once again, the conquest of Java will take forever because it's such a highly developed place. I wonder, can I make trade companies over here? Because I'm kind of tempted to do that, because this whole place is so far away from anything that matters in my empire that I mean, I feel like it almost makes sense to just turn these places into... I cannot do that, can I? Oh, fuck. Bit of a shame that. Quite a shame indeed. That's a reasonable amount of loot, actually, and I didn't take stability. Once again, my stability luck has been shit lately. In the beginning of the game, of course, I had that one big or bad luck stability hit, but after that it was just smooth sailing. Let's see, where's the money to be made? South China Sea, Moluccas. Really? Moluccas is not... Orissa, it claims Orissa would be profitable, but of course I don't gain any money from Orissa, do I? Let's do Bengal, actually. Well, the game claims that I will make money, but once again, I'm not sure if I entirely trust the calculations of the game engine there. Wow. There it is. There it is. Here's our doom. Here's that crisis I was talking about that I wanted. Okay, this one is not that bad. We lose loyalty and shit. We can... Well, once again, though, a lot of revolt risk. Ooh! The gods are kind! The gods are kind! No stability loss. There was a potential for 2 stability loss right there. And we didn't lose anything. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Of course, now we have quite a bit of revolt risk, because... actually, it's not that bad. Pretty reasonable, to be honest. You know, bump a bit of autonomy here. It's not like we make that much money from these provinces anyways. And then this whole general region of the empire should be relatively stable. And we can focus on genociding down here. Well, we're not actually genociding, of course, because it's not possible. Honestly, if I could, I would. Ah, the ruler has died again. Yeah, I guess it adds up. And I'm in debt. God, what, like, merciless... game. Oh, never mind, we can just disband, well, not disband the army, but we can chill with the army funding. Yeah, I'm currently planning an invasion of that place. Unhappiness. See, now the game is just being cruel. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have to go into debt. Yay me! And then the game is like, oh, never mind, you have to pay 1,100. Fuck you, game. Fuck, suck. Ah, man. I've really been machine gunning myself in the leg here, because I've somehow accidentally decided to... Well, I like paper. I'm talking about urban goods, by the way. You know, shit that's produced in cities. Paper is pretty good. I like the idea reduction. But it looks like I'm producing quite a bit of silk as well. So it makes sense that the city of Ija should also produce silk in order to increase that bonus. But such a shit bonus. Admin tech? What are you on about, game? That is not something I need to spend my precious urban goods on. This is ridiculous. I might be wrong though. Let me... Well, I mean, just, you know, as I am speaking, as my voice is making noises, I am... Oh, okay, never mind. I am being stupid. I am actually completely accepting of the desire to have silk, because if I can get it high enough, I can get 5% extra provincial trade power, which I definitely want. So we're gonna go silk, and we're gonna be happy about it. And then we are going to continue planning our invasion of Pontanarplak. I've been hard at work fabricating on them, because, you know, that is what a man must do. We need to kill some people though in the meantime, but once again, I'll do that off screen. Don't worry about it. Alright, so the annexation of Pontiac will now start. We're gonna have some conquests. It's cheaper. Actually, it's not at all cheaper whatsoever. Honestly, we're way better doing repentance, Casus Belli. I mean, it said we were allowed to conquer those provinces, so... Did I forget to fund my army? I don't know. Let's just hope they don't have an army to meet me on the shores. I do have some rebels in my ass. Might... Oh, never mind, I guess... Okay, yeah, I totally forgot to fund my army. Oh well, yeah, it doesn't matter if these guys actually take the province, which they never even was able to do, because there's a fort here. Building forts in this place... Oh, I already built it, by the way. Because these rebels are getting... Like, if you wonder why I have all of these forts all over the place all the time, it's because the rebels. It's very hard to predict, I find, where these rebels will spawn, and so it's useful to have forts in the general area, so that the rebels won't get that bonus to... you know, they won't actually increase the... Hey, self-sustaining colony. Hey, I actually got prestige for it as well. Go me. Oh, look at this nation. They've been expanding. Yeah, they just conquered some shit. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. I was talking about... I forgot. I mean, I think it was related to revolt risk. And I have been working on that. I've been building pagodas everywhere, which are these buildings, these religious... I think that's like a Buddhist temple type thing. They reduce revolt risk and increase missionary strength, so I've been spamming them left and right in the hopes that they will just try and improve my shit a bit. So I've been putting in them in the provinces that I know I'll need to convert. Look at that! We actually have some reasonable conversion strength going on in some of these provinces. Of course, the provinces down here are... Yeah, they'll be very difficult to convert because there's a lot of population in these provinces. But I've built pagodas in all of the provinces that have high population. So hopefully that will improve the situation. These guys don't even have an army. Whose idea was it to have a nation without an army? That's like opposite of the Prussians. They didn't even bother to position their army inside of their nation. Oh shit, did my game just crash? Nope. Of course not. The gods are kind. And kind gods do not prevent a man from conquering this place. Oh wow, I just get to conquer the whole thing. Excellent. Also, the general who committed all of the war crimes here is this excellent general called Alferin of Arman. Alferin of Arman is a 6-shock, 6-fire general. Bloody excellent. He's named after... give me a second. He is named after... after Alferner. There's a difference. I call him Alfnervarman, but it should actually be Alfernervarman. I always mispronounce that, and at this point I've gotten it into my head that I've just made a decision to permanently mispronounce that name until the day I die, because I'm a cunt. But that's the kind of things that happen when you have a Discord dedicated to your YouTube channel. You get a bit full of yourself, and you start acting like a complete cunt. Like intentionally mispronouncing people's name. Because you originally mispronounced it, and now you just want to keep doing it, because in your head it's become a meme. Even if it's not actually a meme, like at all. Alright, I think we're going to end this episode on a nice tone. We're going to go ahead and accept the Khmer culture. I think there's some good money to be made in that glorious acceptance. You can see the percentage thing. Yeah, it's the second biggest culture in the entire nation. So there's good money to be made in accepting them. I do need to make certain decisions whether or not I want to accept the cultures on Sumatra. Then again, I've done quite a good job on converting the locals without having to deal with that. I'm definitely need to accept the cultures of Java. I can't do that yet. I want to accept Sundanese. Sundanese will probably just be a temporary accept the culture, like the Champa culture. But I still need to do it just to be able to convert them to my glorious Buddhist faith. Ooh, I could do with that. This may reverse. Once again, I've played for hundreds of years at this point. Monasticism is not a functioning mechanic in this playthrough. Paper, let's get that paper. Get those reduced idea costs. Ooh yeah, love it. Anyways, though, I think we're gonna end the episode here. You know, we've done some conquests, done some fuckery. In the next episode, we're gonna continue doing exactly that. So thank you so much for watching this episode, and until next time, bye.